Hello, 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 beautiful souls, and welcome back to Stella Rose Divine. I'm so grateful to have you all here with me today. Um, I guess so. By the time I'm posting this, I will have posted that other video, showing all of my vulnerability, all of my fears. Well, not all of them. No, not all of my vulnerability, but sort of just showing myself in a vulnerable state. I have been going through a really intense time over the last few weeks, and so that in that time in the video when I recorded that video, I was really deeply in that fear, still really hurting, still really scared. I'm still my mask. Sorry, I just had to go and get my mask. It flew away. So I am still in that kind of, I'm definitely not in that fear the way that I was a few days ago, or that sadness, but it is still a little bit, it's still a bit of a conscious effort to enjoy my days and to create time. Really windy. And I'm literally holding my phone up with a chair, so please excuse the. There we go. Yeah, just. It's still requiring not a lot of effort because I'm not as tired as I was, which is wonderful. And I'm definitely not feeling as hopeless or as powerless, but there is still a little bit of fear, I guess, in creating these videos because I have all of these ideas and I am so excited for them. Like, oh my god, I spent hours this morning just writing about it, planning it. I've spent hours and hours and hours just preparing and planning, but then when it comes to actually executing it, when it comes to actually creating them, well, it's a little bit scary. What if I say the wrong thing? What if I don't get the message across that I'm trying to get across? And all of these fears and all of these doubts and all of these insecurities pop up out of nowhere. And I mean, of course, oh dear, it's really windy. And there goes my mask. Of course, these fears, like, it's very natural for them to come up, and it is very important to remember that we are by showing up as ourselves, we are going to create whatever it is we need to create. We are going to attract whatever it is we're supposed to attract. And so there is really no fear or no worry in this, but I can't, it doesn't mean that I don't feel it. But yeah, I guess I'm not entirely sure what this video is going to be about. I'm sure I will work out a title and everything. So I have no idea what this title is that you are watching right now. But what I was intending to talk about when I started this video was just the lessons that I learned when I went through all of those hard times over the last few weeks. I think the three main things that I really learned, well, one was surrender. One was really, I was so in the space of feeling like I am supposed to be somewhere and I'm not there yet. And because of that, I couldn't help but feel upset. I couldn't help but feel abandoned, betrayed by the universe. I couldn't help but feel confused. Like I am doing all of this work and nothing is coming out of it, which is not true. It's not true at all. Lots coming out of it. It just wasn't where I wanted to be. And yeah, I got really caught up in that mindset. But then the thing is, I I am the creator of my life. However, There is such a thing as divine timing. Everything comes when it's exactly supposed to. Never too early, never too late, and you cannot force it. And so, even when you think you're ready, or even when you think that it is time, the world is alive today, and I love it, but it's chaotic and wonderful. Anyway, even when I was recording a video before, this beautiful light language channeling, which, by the way, if you haven't watched that, I absolutely recommend. It was all about abundance and clearing your energetic field, and my God, it just felt so warm and yummy to be in that energy. But what was really cool is about halfway through, the wind really picked up and the siren just went on the whole time. And I've been told that sirens are like a sign that angels are nearby or your guides are nearby, in particular archangels. Um, so I thought that was really cool. But it was really powerful to be in, like when I was channeling and when I could hear the siren. It was very intense, it was very powerful, um, and chaotic, but like in a beautiful way. You know how chaos can actually be really beautiful? And I'm actually hearing, while I'm thinking and talking about this, quite literally a post that I saw today that was like, being in the calm seas is lovely, but through the storm, through the chaos, that is where growth is. And it's interesting because in that moment, it was really like clearing the energetic field. It was really cleansing that aura and releasing things. So it actually makes sense that there was all this chaos and this chaotic energy. Um, to allow in that transformation and growth. And of course, because we have new moon in Scorpio pretty much right now. So it makes, I mean, everything just makes perfect sense. Honestly, it all just makes so much sense. Scorpio is the energy of transformation and chaos in the most beautiful way. So, anyway, so yes, there's a lot of chaos around me. But what was I saying? So, about surrender, yeah, we sometimes we think we're ready. Sometimes we think that the time is right. This is it. This is our time. Like, when's it coming? I'm ready for it. What have I got to do? What is wrong? Um, but it doesn't run on our time. It doesn't run on the time that we want it to run on. It runs on divine timing. It runs on the time it is supposed to, depending on the energy that you're putting out into the universe. And so, what I didn't realize is I had all of these fears, all of these thoughts, all of these doubts that I was carrying deep inside, and had these things manifested earlier, these would have surfaced and they could have actually jeopardized and sabotaged the beauty that I am manifesting in. And so that is why it hasn't come yet. It's not because I don't deserve it. It's not because I've been abandoned by the universe. It's not because I'm being punished. It's because, and what I'm calling in is of a high vibration. In order to be able to receive that, I need to be vibrating at the same frequency as that thing. I need to allow it to come in by matching its frequency. And so I have to release everything. I have had to release everything that was holding me back from reaching that frequency. And I mean, I'm really, the things that I'm calling in are really positive. And so in order to receive that, first I had to release those things that may possibly sabotage or jeopardize that positivity. And so yeah, that was the first lesson what I learned was surrender, to just surrender to the process, surrender to the timing, and understand that it's not my timing. While I'm the creator of my life, what that means is I can shift my frequency in order to match other things and call them in. I can choose where I direct my power, which I'm going to get back to because that's one of the things that I remembered. But it doesn't mean that I always know what's best for me. And if I'm calling in one thing, but my frequency is in another thing, then that is what's going to come up to be released so I can call it in. And so that's what I realized. All of this stuff that I was going through, it felt horrible, But it only felt horrible because I was holding on to it when it was coming up to be cleansed and purged. And because I was holding on to it, I was getting stuck in this energy, and I was getting stuck in these thoughts that were not in any way serving me. The only way in which they were serving me is to teach me how to release them. They weren't serving me in any other way. Trust me. I was crying all the time. I was feeling so tired. I didn't have any motivation to do anything. It was absolutely awful. I didn't know what to do about it. And then I was like, fuck it, I'm going to have to work through this. There's only one way through it, and that's through it. And so when I really started to allow myself to listen to what my body, what my guides were trying to tell me, what this experience was trying to tell me, very quickly, and I mean very quickly, I was able to pick up on those messages. Literally, it just took me one journaling session and I would learn something else. But all I had to do was allow myself to receive these messages. And because I was so in this egocentric, fear-based mindset, it was really hard to do that. So, number 2, be present, be grounded, be here now, connecting in with every single minute, because the minute you are just in the now, there is no fear, there is no worry. And so just really connecting in with that and tapping into that present energy, you, by doing that, are eliminating that fear-based energy. You are eliminating the stress, eliminating the worry, and you are focusing on what you have right now, being in gratitude, being in connected, just being grounded and being present. Like, this is so important. And the minute I was able to do that, the minute I would receive messages, the minute I would receive insight and valuable wisdom to help me get through this difficult period. So really, really, really important. The other thing is your power, the power that you have. You are the creator. You absolutely are the creator of your life. And what this does mean is you get to choose where to direct your energy. And so if you are choosing, when a fear comes up, if you are choosing to focus on that fear and you are allowing it to have power over you, it is going to continue to have power over you, because the reality is, and this is amazing, this is such an amazing thing, because it means that you can change it at any minute, you can shift it at any minute. But it can also be quite a scary and daunting fact, and that is that energy goes where you direct it. Whatever it is that you are focusing on, where your mind is focused, that is what you are manifesting. That is what you are creating. So if you are constantly feeling like you are lacking, if you are constantly feeling like you don't have everything that you need, that there is more you need to fix, there is more you need to change, if you are in a place where you're like, yes, I'm in a good spot, but there is still something I need to do, there is always going to be something more that you need to do, because that is what you are manifesting. Even if you are ready energetically, if you are constantly believing there is something else that you need to learn, you are going to continue to manifest in another lesson, and it's going to continue to manifest these delays. It's going to continue to manifest more struggle. If you believe you have to struggle, you are going to continue to struggle. And what that means is, if you are able to shift that frequency, and all you need to do is gratitude, like practicing gratitude, because when you are in a place of having, and Abraham Hicks, if you have not watched Abraham Hicks videos, 1000%, you absolutely have to check them out, because they are so helpful and valuable, and just sort of the way that she delivers the messages are so grounded, they are so simplistic, and like, what's the word? Just really easy. Everybody can understand them. It's not, what is that word? Where you are all reaching. I can't remember the word, but they are wonderful. Anyway, I was watching her video, and she reminded me that there is a difference between need and desire. There is a difference between need and want. So the difference between need and want is that when you need something, when you feel like you need something outside of yourself, when there is something that you still need, you are coming from a place of lack. You are coming from I don't have this and therefore I need it. And you are going to continue to manifest that lack because you are coming from that place of lack. Whereas, and not only that, you're also continuously putting your value outside of yourself. If you are constantly being like, I need this to have this or to feel this, then you are continuously doing that. But if you can bring it back to the feeling, so let's say you feel like you need a forever partner, you need a relationship, you need a significant other. Let's say that's how you're feeling right now. It's like, I just need company. I just need somebody to be here for me. I just need my person. I just need a relationship. And then I'll be happy. Now, what if you went and asked yourself, what is the feeling that I am seeking from needing this relationship? What is it that I am truly desiring right now? What would this relationship give me? And let's say it's a feeling to be loved, or maybe to be held, or to share your stories with people, or whatever it is. Now, when you have that feeling, and you are aware that that feeling can actually come from within you, that you can connect in with that without having that other person there, and you are living from that space of that feeling, let's say it's love. So practicing self-love towards yourself and connecting in with that like fullness and that abundance that you have within yourself, that well of love. When you are connecting in with that, then you are creating a vortex of satisfaction. You are creating satisfaction in yourself and in your life. And when you are vibrating at the frequency of satisfaction, when you are vibrating at the energy of fullness, you have it already, but you wish for a relationship, you desire a relationship because it will enhance the already amazing feeling that you are in, it will flow naturally. And so that, I mean, I fully credit Abraham Hicks to that, because that was very much something that she reminded me of. So I'm very grateful. But watching that video really helped to remind me and helped me to realize that I was coming from this place of lack, that I was focusing on what hadn't manifested yet, that I was focusing and feeling sorry for myself about being not where I thought I wanted to be, not having the house that I wanted to have, yada, yada, yada. Instead of focusing on not only what I do have, but what I can give myself, what can make me feel good with or without these other things. And by focusing on that and feeling full in myself, I know that I am allowing these other things to come in, because I am matching the frequency of these other things. So that was another thing that I realized was going on. And the other thing, and this is a big one, they were coming up to be released. They were not punishing me, these fears and these doubts and these insecurities, because my God, I got so caught up in this feeling of self-sabotage, feeling like I was ruining everything, being really scared to be hurting, to be afraid, because I didn't want to sabotage what was coming in. And of course that sounds really contradictory, doesn't it? To be afraid of being afraid, to fear your feelings for fear of them creating fear and then holding something back. So I was already afraid, and by holding back and fearing my feelings, I was resisting. I was not only afraid, but I was resisting the lesson those fears were trying to tell me. And so I was creating this horrible cycle of just being stuck in the same energy over and over again. It wasn't going away. It would not go away. I would be fine, and then 5 minutes later I would be sobbing on the floor. And I was like, what is going on? I have not felt like this in months. And then, oh, this awful thought track of, if you've seen my vulnerability video, like the vulnerable video, you will absolutely know this already. But the thought track of feeling like I'm not allowed to feel like this because I'm quite literally trying to become, well, I am a self-empowerment, like, spiritual coach. I want to educate on all the things that I have overcome in my life. So how dare I feel sad? Like, this feels like a depressive episode. I'm not supposed to have depression anymore. I didn't have depression. Da 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 da. All of these thoughts started going on and on and on in my head, and it just felt so painful to be in because I felt like an imposter. I felt like I hadn't gone anywhere. Oh, it was awful. And what I didn't realize is these were. One sec. Alright, the rubbish bin is here. The rubbish truck is here. So I'm going to finish this up quickly. But it's so windy. Oh my god, it is so windy. Yeah, I just, being in that space is really, really hard. It can be really, really hard. But it happens because, and it happened because they were coming up to be released. They were coming up to be purged. When you're triggered, when you are hurting, when you are like able to, when you are feeling that emotion, it's because it is there in order to be released. When you are feeling a certain fear or you are repeating a certain cycle and you're becoming aware of it, the awareness is allowing you to release it. And so yeah, I guess I just wanted to come on here, share what I had learned. I hope that this is helpful for you guys, and to just remind you that if you're going through something like this, and I do believe this is collective from the messages that I have received from Spirit, we are going through a really, really, really powerful, transformative time right now. And so a lot of people are going through a difficult time right now because all of these shadows are coming up to be released, and they're going to continue to do so until they are released. It's only going to get harder if we resist the lessons. And I do not say that to invoke fear, because the minute you actually are open to the lessons, the fear and the pain dissolves. So I'm saying that to help you to be aware that when this is happening, it's not to punish you, it's not to hurt you, and I know how hard it can be to be in that space and that energy. It is coming up to teach you. It is a lesson, it is a teacher, it is a messenger, and it is coming up to teach you. So by resisting the struggle, the pain, it comes from resistance. So by actually allowing yourself to listen to and receive the messages that they are trying to tell you, that your shadow is trying to tell you, it will make the transmutation and the process of releasing the shadow and transmuting it into light so much easier, so much more peaceful, and just, yeah, just a lot smoother. That's the word I was looking for. Just a lot smoother. So anyway, these are my musings for the day, and just what I have realized over the last few days, which, well, no, over the last few days, but definitely been going through it for a few weeks. And yeah, I hope that this helped you guys. I'm sending you all so much love. Feel free to comment, to like, subscribe, follow, whatever it is you feel called to do. If you have any questions, I would love to hear them. If you have any like perspectives or ideas, anything to add, I would absolutely love to hear it. I love, 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 love hearing from you guys. I love hearing about these different like perspectives, the different angles on things. I love it. I love, love, love it. So please do. And if you have any questions, I'm so incredibly happy to answer them for you with what I have learned thus far and what I'm continuing to learn every single day. I'm sending you all so much love. Bye.